All right, welcome back to Countdown to my first Ironman, October 22nd, 2023 in Sacramento. We're 8 weeks out. Man, oh man, oh man, we are flying through these weeks. But the reason I'm so excited is not because we're 8 weeks away, but I did a little experiment today, and it was a very successful experiment. Let me explain. So today's a swim day. And normally on swim days, I do my workout program, whatever the swim program wants me to do. And I've been doing, the last two has been increasing endurance or something. And I've been doing a bunch of workouts with 50-meter splits. There might have been a couple of 200-meter splits sprinkled here and there, but only 50-meter splits. And I was thinking, how am I building endurance if I'm just doing 50-meter splits? I would think that I would need to be doing 800 splits here, 900 splits here, 1,000 splits here, but nothing. And we're 8 weeks away, and I really haven't swam consecutively a full distance. So as you can imagine, I'm concerned. So today I decided to not do the program, and I was supposed to do an hour and 15 minutes. So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to swim for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm going to go as far as I can go without stopping, because I really don't know. I've never pushed myself consecutively. And like I said, the race is 8 weeks away. I need some type of insurance in my mind that I can do it, right? Just like the last couple of weeks, I did 5 hours of cycling. And I'm anticipating that the cycling is going to take me 5.5 hours or 6 hours. That being said, I've pretty much know what it feels like to go on a 5-hour bike ride, but I have not felt a consecutive swim of just an hour, and I'm anticipating an hour and a half on the swim. So today I said, okay, I got an hour and 15 minutes. Let's just go and not stop. I really don't know how far I'm going to go because I've never gone further than 1,000 meters. So I swam, and I swam, and I wasn't tired. My cardio was not challenged. I found my speed, I found my stroke, and I found that zone of just turning off the brain and going. Now, don't get me wrong, was it a challenge? Yes, my brain was constantly telling me, okay, you can stop now. Yeah, you can stop. But I couldn't convince myself to stop because I wasn't tired. I wasn't challenged enough to say, okay, I need to stop. So I ended up doing an hour and 10 minutes, and I got up to 2,700 meters. And the 2.4 mile race is 3,800 or 3,600. It's 2.4 miles. I don't know what it equals to meters. I can't think of it top of my head. But I did the majority within an hour and 10 minutes, and all I had was about 1,000 meters to go. So today was a huge boost of confidence, because now it tells me that I can do the length. Now, I'm not saying for speed. I'm just saying I can do the length without stopping, without having to breathe and catch my breath or fix my stroke without having to stop. So today was a big boost of confidence. I mean, I've never gone that far. So I am, like I said, the program that I'm working on obviously is working because I just did an hour and 10 minutes. So I'm very happy with that progress. I wanted to document it, make sure that today was a big day for swimming. All right, so I'm gonna go see I will have to work for an appointment, and then I'm gonna go see the lady to fix my shoulder, right? My shoulder's good. It's about 95% back to 100%. So there's still a little bit of lingering pain once in a great while, but the stretching and the rotator cuff movements or exercises that I've been doing have definitely been working and definitely been alleviating that pain. So right now the pain is gone. I'll do the second session today. Hopefully just finish it out with whatever treatment that we're doing today, and then hopefully now I can be ahead of this injury and not feel it anymore. But it doesn't mean I'm going to stop rehabilitating and or recovering, and I'm going to still keep on doing the same movements because I'm just probably one hard workout away from re-aggravating it. So I'm slowly getting ahead of it, which is good. The swimming is good. I'm not bothered. Today's a really good day. You can see my goggle eyes. Man, I'm excited. We'll see you in the next video. All right, I finally figured out what the problem was. All right, let's put on my sunglasses. So this is what I see when I have my glasses on. Now, notice that the frame on top, that is the issue. Now, let me tell you why. So as I'm in my arrow position, if I don't adjust my eyes, I look down, right? Which is good. Then what I have to do is I gotta shift my head up, but that frame prevents me from seeing anything higher. So now I have to lift up even higher. Now my head is out of alignment. So I'll give you a quick example. So if this were my head straight looking forward, I'm doing just fine. But as soon as I'm in my arrow position, my head is now facing downward, and that frame on top doesn't or prevents me from looking upward. So what now I have to do is I got to pull my head up higher, more than normal, so I can see in front of me. And that from here to here is what's destroying my back. My vision is clear going forward, right? The frame on top does not bother my vision because I'm not looking upward. I should be looking straight. But when my body is now looking downward, right? See how you can see my eyes? I can adjust my eyes to look forward when my head is down. Problem is, I can't see very much because the frame is now blocking the lower portion of my view. So if I push my eyes or my glasses back, now I can still see at an angle, but in order for me to look forward, I gotta look up. And when I'm looking up, right there, that's when I'm over exaggerating my neck. Now, if I take off my sunglasses, right? Now, even if I'm looking down, I can use my eyes to look up. See how I'm looking at the camera? So normally that frame would be here, so I'd have to go above the frame, and that is what's destroying my neck. And that is why my back hurts, or my neck. So today I went on a 5-hour bike ride. So Friday I go and see the lady to fix my arm, and she immediately noticed when she was working on it. She's like, you know, you're a lot better, aren't you? I go, yeah, big time. She goes, yeah, you're not in pain. When she was feeling it, I've been doing my work all day, every day, because I needed to get this fixed. So after the appointment, I was done. We scheduled another appointment for another month later. My arm was feeling good. No pain in the neck, no pain in the arm. So I figured, oh, I must be healed. So then today, Saturday, I go on a bike ride, and as soon as I got on my bike, within the first 2 minutes, my neck started hurting. And I was like, no, I wasn't feeling this. Now, why all of a sudden? Then it hit me. Let me see something. Took off my glasses, and as soon as I took off my glasses and started riding without my glasses, no pain. I put my glasses back on, and I realized that the frame is at a certain point at my eye that I have to lift my head up higher than normal, and that's what causes the pain. I took off my glasses and I rode for 5 hours. I did 78 miles, which is more than last time because I was in my arrow position about 90% of the time, if not longer, and no pain. So as soon as I took the glasses off, the pain went away. So that overextension of my head as I'm trying to look ahead of me and look around my glasses, that was the pain. I knew I was going to figure it out. It was just a matter of time. So now I can do two things. Number one, I can not wear sunglasses, or B, buy a helmet with the visor. So I might shoot for the visor. I don't wear sunglasses, and I don't know why I decided to do this time around. I didn't even, all the hikes I've done, the backpacking, I never wore glasses. And I just decided I'm going to for the Ironman for whatever reason, and that's what I get. So I'm glad that I figured it out, and I did 5 hours on the bike ride and immediately did 1 hour on a run. And the cool thing is I ran with the tri-suit, and man, whoever designed this tri-suit really knew what they were doing. I mean, for the seat, for the run, I don't feel anything. Like, it's pretty amazing. So I wanted to give an update on finally figuring out what the cause of the neck pain was. And I already know the arm is from the swimming, so that I just need to fix my swimming stroke, my recovery portion of the stroke. So I'm giddy. I'm really, really excited. I'm really happy that I finally figured that out. And, now it's just the, move on to the next thing. And never updated on the goos. Last week, I couldn't eat the goo to save my life. I just wasn't in the mood for goo. I think what was happening was the fact that I had to tape it onto my bike, and the fact that it's not a one or single use goo. It's a big old goo container, so I have to drink out of it and then put it back. And that was inconvenient to me. So what I need to do is I need to buy a bag that goes across the bar here, right? Either on the bottom or on top. See, this is me gooing or taping the goo to the bike, and it's just a pain in the ass. So I got to finish the goo, but yeah, I don't like it. So I definitely need to get another bag. So little by little, figuring things out. 8 weeks away. See you in the next video. All right, welcome back to week 8. All right. So here's the breakdown for my grading for the workout for the previous week. Let's first start off with swimming. Swimming was a huge success this week because of the little experiment that I performed. Now, I'm not going to discuss the experiment because I already did in the earlier video, but that was huge. Again, when I did the river, we actually did the full distance of 2.4 miles, but we broke it up. We talked, we discussed, we fixed, we did all these things, so it wasn't consecutive. This time with the 2600 meter swim, that continuation of my swimming really helped my self-esteem. And not just the self-esteem, but I can now comfortably say that I think that I can swim the entirety of the 2.4 miles comfortably. Now, the reason I say that is when I first started, swimming 25 meters, just one lane down, was extremely difficult. Like, I'd come up and I was huffing and I was puffing. And then I remember going 50 meters, I was like, oh man, I'm super excited. And then 100 meters, then the 300 meters, and the 500 meters, the 600 meters. So just the expansion of, or the progression of my distance over time within the year was confirmed this week. Now I feel like I can do it. That was an amazing self-confidence boost. So I still need to work on my recovery. So that I'm working on. So I am going to give myself an A for the great work that I just did this week. So that was probably one of the most exciting workouts that I've had in a long time, where I was done thinking, whoo, I'm ready. Yeah, like I was excited. So A+ on the swimming. Now for the cycling, same thing. When I first started, the idea of doing 112 miles was in my mind like, oh, this is impossible. There's no way. This is insane. Who does this, right? Because I haven't really cycled a centennial yet, I've gotten close, right? I did 78 miles, and that 78 miles, took me about 5 hours. And if I add another hour to that 5 hours, let's say 6, I think that I can complete, let's say worst case scenario, another hour and a half. So 6.5 hours. I really think that I can finish the cycling portion within 6.5 hours based on the times that I've been doing. Now, I could be totally wrong, but the fact that I now have done long distances, not the full, but the long distance or the majority of the distance on the cycle, has given me a self-esteem that, I can do this. And that is more important to me and for my confidence for this race, right? Like, again, in the beginning, the idea of cycling that distance was just, it seemed insane. But now, like I said, sitting on the bike, aero position, maintaining a consistent pace, food, hydration, I now can confidently say that I know I can do this cycle, the cycle portion. So self-esteem wise, building more and more and more, and it's just gonna get even better once I do the actual 100 miles that is scheduled for in 2 weeks. So in my mind, I now know I can do it with confidence. So now I feel very, very comfortable. So again, the grade for the cycling is an A, because not for the physical, but for the brain and for the self-esteem, I know I can do this. So that plays a huge role in my psyche. A+ for the cycle. Now for the run. All right, so I can't give myself an A because I was scheduled to do 4 runs for the week. And I actually did 3. Now, the reason I did 3 are several reasons. Number one, first and foremost, the rest. I really, really think that I needed to rest my legs for a day. And when I rested last week, my legs felt really, really good. So I wanted to kind of continue that 1 day rest. And because I'm doing great on the running, I can take from the running. Can't take from the swimming because I still think I need to do a lot more work. Can't take away from the cycling because I need to do a lot more work. But the running, I feel very, very comfortable. So I feel like I can take that day off and give me a rest, which will then just propel my performance more because my body feels fresh. Another reason that I took it off is I'm going to Vegas next weekend. And if I'm going to Vegas, that's going to screw up my schedule. So I have to accommodate my workouts for my travel, which I will, and I'll explain on the next week's video. But that's the goal, so I can shift some workouts around so that way I can not miss anything. But if I give this one day off and I give myself the day off next week, that will make everything easy when I shift all my workouts around. Again, I'll explain on the next video. So for the run, I've been smashing the run. I've been feeling really, really good on the run. So I have to give myself an A+ on the run because I'm feeling it. Real quick, let me explain just the breakdown of more information. So there's an adjustment on the race, right? The swimming portion is actually gonna be slightly different from last year. I believe we're exiting out a different location, and that different location exit allows us to be a little closer at the first transition, the transition from the swim to the cycling. So I think they cut off a little bit of distance, so in order for us to not have to run as far from the exit of the water to the transition area. So I believe, although the race was very fast in the water, the transition was a very long distance. So whatever you made up on time on the run, you were going to probably lose some of it because the distance from the transition area or from the exit area from the water to the transition area supposedly was pretty far from last year. So they adjusted that. So the swim will be slightly shorter, but it's still going to be 2.4 miles or maybe a little less. I don't know. But I'll show you a little picture of the adjustment. Let's see, any other updates? I can't think of anything. Again, now that we're getting closer, things are starting to get real. And now I'm fine-tuning my nutrition, fine-tuning what I need to consume. My water is doing great. My gear is all set. I will have to buy another pair of shoes because my shoes are worn out, as you saw in last week's video. But I do need enough time to break those in. I'll need enough time to break my wetsuit in. So those are definitely two musts that I will do for this upcoming race. Outside of that, there's really nothing else to update you on. Everything's going wonderful. My head is in it, my body's in it. I feel great. I feel ready. I actually feel ready to go now. And I'm just gonna get that much better as I prepare for these upcoming 7 weeks. So we will see you next week. Next week we'll be in Vegas. The reason we'll be in Vegas is because Lissy is competing in Masters World's BJJ competition. Now, everyone from around the world comes and competes at this tournament. So to be a winner or a podium finisher or placer really kind of sets you above a lot of the competition around the world. So we're gonna wish her luck on the competition. We're gonna go, we'll show video clips of where we're going and video clips of her fighting or her match. And I'm definitely cannot ease up on my training. I definitely have to train while I'm there. And again, I will do some adjustments on the workouts, which I will explain next week. We will see you in Vegas.